Okay, hold on to your seats because this first bit is explosive. Dana White, yes, the UFC boss himself, is absolutely fuming. And who's in his crosshairs this time? None other than Merab Dvalishvili. And let me tell you, Dana did not hold back. This isn't just your usual stern warning from the CEO of UFC. No, Dana called Merab, and I quote, the dumbest fighter ever. Like, what? Here's what went down. Merab, getting ready for his UFC 316 rematch with Shah Ali, decided it was a brilliant idea to take out his own stitches, yes, with his own hands. Just days before the fight. Are you kidding me? Dana, who's seen it all, was clearly done. He blasted Merab, not just once, but again and again for his recklessness. Then, it got worse. Merab posted new training photos, and one of them, a clear, fresh gash right under his eye. As if that wasn't bad enough, Dana reshared the photo and dropped the ultimate burn. This guy just never learns. Brutal. But honestly, Dana has a point. As the man running UFC, Dana's job isn't just to book killer fights, it's to keep fighters safe. And Merab's out here slicing himself up before fight night like it's no big deal. Imagine risking your entire career, your health, your money, just because you don't want to wait for stitches to be removed properly. This tension between Merab's I don't care toughness and Dana's professionalism isn't just drama, it's a full-on battle of philosophies. Is Merab a savage warrior willing to bleed for the win, or is he sabotaging his future by being reckless? Fans are torn, but one thing's for sure. UFC 316 is going to be wild. And just when you thought the heat couldn't get any hotter, Robert Whitaker, the man with one of the sharpest fight IQs in the game, just dropped a bombshell prediction. He's talking Islam Makhachev versus Jack Della Maddalena. Yes, that super fight that everyone's waiting for. Now listen closely, because what Whitaker said is going to stir the pot. He went on record saying Islam can do everything Ballo does, but way better. Way better. Oops, shots fired. If you're wondering, Ballo is clearly Bilal Muhammad, someone Jack Della has already tangled with. So now you've got Whitaker basically saying, you thought that was hard, wait till you meet Islam. But that's not all. Whitaker isn't discounting Jack either. He said Jack's got the X factor, the grit and the heart that you simply can't teach. That raw fire, that hunger, the kind that wins titles. Let's be real, this fight is going to be one of the most technical chess matches in modern UFC history. Islam's ground game? Smothering. But Jack? His striking under pressure? Chef's kiss. He doesn't break, he thrives. So the question now becomes, can Jack pull off the upset of the year? Or is Islam just too surgical, too clean, and too calculated? All we know is, this is going to be pure magic. Okay, buckle up, because this next one will leave your jaw on the floor. Apparently, get this, Jon Jones isn't just delaying a fight with Tom Aspinall. Oh no honey, he's playing full-blown mind games. According to Anthony Smith, who's been in the cage with Jones, Jon is mentally draining Aspinall on purpose. On purpose. Anthony said it straight up, the person who cares the least in a negotiation wins. And guess what? Jon Jones does not care. According to Smith, Jon's playing hardball, delaying the fight on purpose just to make Tom mentally exhausted. He's not ducking, he's manipulating, and honestly, that might be even scarier. Imagine preparing for a fight for months, and the other guy's just out here sipping tea, playing the waiting game, knowing it's driving you crazy. That's Jon Jones, and apparently, he's done it to everybody. But of course, the fans are not buying it. Many think Jon's just straight up dodging a fight with Tom because, let's be honest, Aspinall is dangerous. Like, knock you out and break your legacy dangerous. Is Jon being strategic or scared? It depends on who you ask. Either way, we're all watching. Now, let's talk Dricus du Plessis versus Khamzat Chimaev, because baby, this one's going to be messy. Everyone's asking, can Dricus actually beat the wrecking machine that is Khamzat? Well, Sean Strickland, who sparred with both of them, just spilled the tea. He said, there's only one way Dricus can win. Counter wrestling. Strickland was real about it. If Dricus can stop the takedowns, he wins. Hands down. That's a big if though. Khamzat is a straight up animal when he gets control on the ground. Once you're down, you're not getting up. But Dricus, he's tough as nails, he's got striking power, and he doesn't quit. The whole world will be watching August 16th to see if this becomes Dricus's moment of glory or Khamzat's domination round 87. It's not just a fight, It's a test of wills. And now we need to talk about something suspicious. Alex Pereira, the same man everyone's pegged as the UFC's next big superstar, posted something on social media that sent the whole MMA world into a tailspin. The post, it hinted at retirement. Yup, you read that right. He seemed done with UFC, and let's just say it got people spiraling. Then, boom, the post disappeared, and suddenly Alex's team claimed it was a hack. Sound familiar? But fans aren't buying it. Was it a hack or a slip of truth? Maybe Alex is done being pushed around by the UFC. Maybe he's not happy with how the Magomedov-Kalev rematch is being handled. Josh Thompson, MMA vet and co-host of Weighing In, came through with a reality check. No one's safe anymore. Not even Alex. Not even Conor. Whew, talk about a cold truth. Basically, even if you're a megastar, the UFC still holds all the cards. Fighters have no real backup options when it comes to top-tier pay. That's the brutal game behind the bright lights, and Pereira, he might just be feeling the squeeze. Was it a genuine hack or a cry for help? Only time will tell, but we're watching closely. And now, let's go full circle, back to the Islam Makhachev vs JDM fight, because his head coach, Javier Mendez, just dropped a major bomb. And guess what? They are not underestimating Jack. Javier said it loud and clear. They're training for a full 5-round war. This isn't a warm-up. This is a war zone. Dagestan's camp is all in. Why so serious? Because Jack's boxing is no joke. He's pressure heavy, surgical, calm under chaos, and let's not forget, he's undefeated against grapplers. But Islam's got the edge that no one else has. He can turn absolute chaos into total control. That's what makes this so insane. It's pressure versus control, and the stakes, everything. Javier explained why he trains for war every time. If I think the fight ends early and it doesn't, I lose focus. That's dangerous. I have to stay engaged the whole time. You can tell this isn't just a camp preparing for another title shot. This is about legacy. If Islam wins, he could drop back down and finally silence Ilia Topura, or face Shavkat in a mega fight at 107. Everything is riding on this one. Oh, you thought the drama was over? Think again. Because Ilia Topura just stirred the pot big time, and it's got the entire MMA world raising their eyebrows. So picture this. While Islam is laser focused on Jack Della Maddalena and training like it's do or die, Ilia freaking Topura comes out swinging with the shade. And what did he say? He called Islam a coward. Yes, a coward. Like out loud on social media for everyone to see. According to Ilia, Islam is ducking a true challenge, him, and running off to 170 pounds for easier gold. And baby, that comment hit hard. Fans were divided instantly. Some said Ilia's just chasing clout, others, they're starting to agree. And here's where it gets juicier, because Ilia wasn't just throwing shade, he was begging for a legacy fight. That's how bad he wanted Islam in that octagon. But Islam? He had other plans. Let's be real. Moving up to fight Jack isn't exactly the easy way out. Jack Della Maddalena is a striking assassin. He doesn't fold under pressure, and his gas tank is freakish. So, Islam running? Not quite. But is he dodging Ilia for now? The streets are talking. And what if Islam gets through Jack and then drops down to face Ilia? Oh honey, grab the popcorn, because that would be the most insane back-to-back showdown in recent UFC memory. Now let's talk about what nobody wants to say out loud, but everyone knows is true. UFC politics are getting nastier than ever. And even the top-tier stars are feeling the sting. From John Jones' contract stalling, to Alex Pereira's cryptic post, to Ilia Topura being iced out of the spotlight. It's all connected. According to Josh Thompson, yes again, the UFC isn't just promoting fights anymore, they're controlling narratives. And that means if you're not playing nice with the bosses, he's on the bench. Let that sink in. Josh spilled the tea, saying managers across the sport are texting him non-stop, like, bro, nobody's safe, not even the big names. And that explains why fighters like Alex are starting to speak out. Well, kind of. Posting a maybe retirement announcement and blaming a hacker? Sounds a lot like someone wanting to scream but whispering instead. The truth? UFC is a machine, and fighters? They're just cogs in it. One wrong move, one public disagreement, and you could be sidelined, ignored, or replaced. That's what's fueling this new wave of tension. Fighters are finally realizing this ain't just about who punches hardest, it's about survival in a game where the rules are always changing. Alright, let's bring it back to where it all began, Islam Makhachev vs Jack Della Maddalena, because when you strip away all the drama, shade, politics and backroom whispers, this fight is still the main event in every sense. Let's break it down. Islam has the suffocating wrestling, the game IQ, the ability to control every single second of the fight. He's been compared to Khabib for a reason, and some even say he's better. But Jack has something special. He's a sniper with fists, his pressure is endless, and unlike most strikers, he doesn't panic when he's taken down. He scrambles, he breathes, he waits. So who's got the edge if it goes to the ground? Islam all day. He'll chain wrestle you into oblivion. He'll drain your cardio, your soul, and your will to fight. Just ask Charles Oliveira. But if Jack can keep it standing, even for 2 out of 5 rounds, it gets interesting, real interesting, because Jack's got KO power and he's patient. He doesn't need 10 punches, just one. And let's not forget, this is Islam's debut at 170. No one knows how his frame will hold. Will the extra weight slow him down? Will it help his power? The truth is, nobody knows. And that's why this fight has fans on edge. One mistake, one slip, 1 second too late on a takedown, and boom, fight over. Now, the million-dollar question. What comes next? Let's say Islam wins, dominates Jack, proves he belongs at 170, then what? According to inside sources, there are 2 paths. Drop back to 155 and silence Ilia Topura once and for all. That fight would break the internet. It would be Legacy vs's Legend in the making. Stay up 170 and call out Shavkat Rakhmonov. Let that name sit for a minute, because Shavkat is terrifying, undefeated, unbroken, untested at the very top. And he wants gold, so Islam could be on a crash course with either a revenge saga or a legacy-defining war. As for Jack, if he wins, he becomes a superstar overnight. Australia will crown him king. He'll be the first to dethrone Islam's unstoppable reign, and his name cemented in UFC history forever. Either way, we're heading toward a storm, and we can't wait. We can't end this without touching on the one thing every fighter, no matter how rich, famous or controversial, fights for in the end: legacy. Islam's legacy is riding on every move right now. Moving up to 170 is risky. If he wins, he becomes a 2-division champ. He joins the elite, the Mount Rushmore guys. But if he loses, the haters, and they are many, will never let him live it down. They'll say he avoided Ilia. They'll say he couldn't hang with the bigger boys. They'll call it an exposure. And that could stain everything he's built since Khabib handed him the torch. Meanwhile, Jack Della Maddalena is chasing a legacy of his own. This is his moment, his chance to go from the Australian banger to UFC champion, full stop. If he wins, it won't just be an upset. It'll be a shift in the entire MMA landscape. Imagine the memes, imagine the headlines, imagine the chaos. We live for this. So who are you riding with? Islam, the calculating, stone-cold technician who suffocates every opponent with precision and pressure? Or Jack, the fearless brawler with ice in his veins and dynamite in his fists? Is Islam destined to reign in a 2nd division and shut up all the doubters? Or is this Jack's moment to ignite the Octagon and flip the UFC upside down? One thing is for certain, this fight is more than a clash of styles. It's a clash of legacies, of nations, of philosophies, of raw willpower. And come fight night, only one name will echo through the halls of the UFC. Who do you think it's going to be? Drop your predictions and get ready for one of the most electrifying showdowns in MMA history. Because this isn't just another fight. This is the moment where stars are either born or broken.